I'm Forrest Saunders, standing inside the state capitol. We just want the truth, and we're going to find it. That was the promise coming from the head of a state committee now tasked with investigating Florida insurers after they cried poverty, but were actually making profit. Here are the details.
Let the record reflect that a quorum is present.
Wednesday marked the first meeting of the House's insurance subcommittee.
This is an investigation, and we're going to dig in with no set outcomes, but we're going to dig in just to find the truth, and we will follow where the truth takes us.
A group now tasked with investigating Florida insurers. That's after this confidential state study from 2022 was recently made public, suggesting big companies were making billions but claiming big losses following Hurricanes Irma and Michael. Their plea of poverty led lawmakers to approve major tort reform a few years ago to limit lawsuits against insurers and stabilize the market.
We just want the information, we want the truth, and we're going to find it.
State Rep Brad Yeager chairs the subcommittee and says he takes his new role very seriously, planning to use his subpoena powers and call witnesses as needed in the coming weeks.
Can you tell me what the timeline is going to be for this investigation?
Timeline, we're going to get started now. I'll tell you that right now. So you'll see the next couple of weeks. We'll get this thing cranked up, get the ball rolling, and we'll see again where the truth takes us, where this takes us. I don't want to put a timeline on it exactly, but we're going to get started now.
Who do you hope to talk to?
Every stakeholder involved.
House Speaker Danny Perez tapped the group to tackle the issue during this Tuesday's speech and telling reporters this afterwards.
The committee members should have the ability to dive deep into it and ask more detailed questions. We're looking at it right now from a 50,000-foot view.
It's unclear what lawmakers will uncover, but Florida's chief financial officer, Jimmy Petronas, who helps oversee insurance in the state, offered thoughts.
Do you think something bad was going on there?
I think probably some of it was misinterpreted. I think some of it was legal. Some of it probably was maybe not inappropriate, but in the eyes of John Q. Public, with what they've been going through, they probably feel it's highly inappropriate.
Findings may also result in policy changes.
Well, we're excited about the start of the legislative session.
Governor Ron DeSantis weighed in a day before, supporting more transparency, but a firm no on rolling back what lawmakers have already done.
What I am not going to support is opening up the litigation floodgates. The fact is our markets were being driven into the ground because of excessive litigation. We had 78% of all litigation costs nationwide with 8% of the claims.
For Democrats, accolades for the investigation. The House Minority Leader saying she's hopeful more change and lower premiums are in the future.
I'm optimistic that by starting this process at the start of regular session, perhaps by the end of this session in about 60 days, we can have some meaningful legislation that will allow reform and put Floridians first.
And again, the chair did say that they wanted to get to work immediately, so that means issuing potentially some subpoenas, calling witnesses, and gathering that expert testimony in the coming weeks. Whether or not we'll see policy on the backside of this, that remains to be seen. That's the latest out here at the state capitol. I'm Forrest Saunders reporting.